Greetings, coaches. I'm Greg Spiegel, the State Director for the Missouri Science Olympiad. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the steps that your team members will need to take in order to log into our tournament website and take their event tests. So I've got a student that we're going to have log in, and if you want to follow along, we'll show you the steps they need to take in order to be ready for the competition.
Well, now that it's time for your team members to begin taking their event test, the first thing you want to do is direct them to the Missouri Science Olympiad website. This website is located at www.missouriso.org. Once they're on the website, have them scroll down just a little ways and you'll see a set of icons. Your students are looking for the icon that says go to the head coach dashboard at Scilympiad. Have them click on that icon and that will take them to the Scilympiad webpage. It'll look just like this. It'll say Missouri Science Olympiad, and this is where your students will be taking their test. Have them go to the pull down menu where it says Tournament, and they're going to pull down to Student Dashboard. Once they've selected Student Dashboard, have them look for the button that says Competition Day, take online tests using Login ID. They'll click on that. And we're going to have them enter the login ID that was generated when you, as a coach, enter them into your system. They've taken off the email version of this, so you can only log in using that test ID. So type in the test ID and the password and sign in. You'll have an option to select a number of different tournaments. The tournament that you're looking for will be probably at this point your regional tournament. In this case, we made up a region called Region 9. We're going to go ahead and select the Region 9 tournament. And once your student does that, will be a list of all the tests that the student is eligible to take. In this instance, we only open up one test, the Circuit Lab test. So you'll click on Circuit Lab. And at this point, you'll have a few last-minute instructions. And when your student is ready to take the test, have them hit the Start button. Now on the test, you'll notice a couple things. First of all the questions are available, and on the right-hand side, you'll see a little chat box. It says chat box for team, in this case, C1, and the partners of our student Zachary who's taking the test. In the event that you have socially distanced your test participants, they can use this chat box to communicate back and forth with each other to decide on the correct answers. It's also important to know that each person on your two-member team taking this test can go to any question they want and answer it. In the event that both team members try and answer the same question, whichever team member answered the question last is the answer that will be taken. So you can override the earlier test taker if they want to. The other thing you'll notice on the right-hand side, it says type a message to event supervisor. Now in the state of Missouri, our procedure has always been that communications need to come from the head coach. For that reason, we will not be monitoring the event supervisor box. In the event that the student needs to reach the event supervisor for any reason whatsoever, that communication still must go through the head coach. So tell your students that we won't be looking at that, so not to use that, but they're sure welcome to use the chat box. One other thing that we do need to let you know once the students have reached this part of the test is they are using a lockdown browser. This lockdown browser is actually a very sensitive browser, and if they want to do something along the lines of perhaps plug in a cordless mouse, maybe they want to go ahead and plug in a flash drive, hook up a set of earpods, it will most likely lock them out of the system. So anything they want to plug into their computer must be done before they begin taking the test. You'll also notice that at the very top, it tells them how long they have remaining in order to take their test. So we'll go ahead and just answer these two questions. And once you've answered the questions, we'll hit the button that says Finish Test. And they get one last chance to make any changes. If they're sure they're really happy with their answers, have them hit OK. And the test is submitted. After this, if there's another test that they're ready to take, they can hit Take Another Test, or if there aren't any other tests available, they can't go back and take the same test twice, so they're welcome to log out of the system and their day on this event is finished.